Hello, Moon to Moon. I'm coming to you today here at the Mercury Kazemi to announce the return of the Magician's Table 2026 and introduce the 13th readers for this year. I'm also going to share with you some details about timing and themes so that all of you who are anticipating and excited to experience both the promo and the container of the Magician's Table can begin to constellate your attention towards what we've got going on over here, what we are cooking up over here. There will be many podcast episodes that follow to give you more sneak peeks, more of a sense for your resonance with the space, more about what we do, what we got going on, what it is, what unfolds, what emerges inside of this beloved container. So let's dive in. Magician's Table, if you're not aware of it, is a 3-month intensive space that I hold in the spring. I started it in 2021, and we had one group of 12 plus the 13th reader. And in the next episode of Moon to Moon, I'm going to talk a whole lot about what the 13th reader is. For now, the next year in 2022, I opened 2 cohorts with 2 different 13th readers. So there were 24 total magicians plus the 13th readers. In the 3rd year, we had 2 cohorts again. In the 4th year, we had 3 cohorts. And last year, we had 6 cohorts. We're going to do that again. So the first introduction here is that we're going to have 6 cohorts again. No, that's not true. We had 5 last year. We had 5 last year, which meant 60 magicians. That's where the 6 comes in. We had 5 last year, and that was 60 magicians came in, all spots filled. This year, we're going to do the same thing. 5 cohorts for 60 total magicians. And this year, there are 4 13th readers. One 13th reader is holding 2 cohorts, and the other 3 13th readers are each holding 1 cohort. So this is a limited seat container, and it's in high demand because its reputation continues to grow. Its aura is very big. Many, many, many human beings have now passed through it, and the webs weave. People support each other, celebrate each other, connect each other. And so every year there's more awareness and more anticipation about what's going to happen this year. So this year I have begun a new tradition, and that is that I have invited in more support for the space. I created a new role that I previously didn't have, and I call it the staff holder. A really magical thing happened. I knew I wanted to have this position, and I imagined someone holding a staff and putting their staff into the frequency of the whole of the space that is the Magician's Table to help me hold the larger body of the Magician's Table, which is a very, very powerful being, honestly. It's like a very electric, wild, weird, queer Aquarian frequency. And I decided that the most loving thing that I could do for the Magician's Table this year was to create more support for it. And so I tapped Tegan West, who was a 13th reader last year in 2025, to come in to support me with this role. And then I was talking with Tegan about my Swedish lineage and about the vulva, FO with two dots, LVA, which is like a seer, a seeress, a sorceress, a witch in the Scandinavian tradition. And then I realized from us talking about this that the etymology of the word means staff holder, staff bearer. So that was kind of like, whoa, that's pretty amazing. Okay, so Tegan is with me behind the scenes, helping to hold the whole space and to nurture, nourish, support, and be there for the 13th readers who do so much. The 13th readers hold the cohorts, they're holding the energy of their 12 magician space that is moving through a lot of transformation and alchemy and excitement. It's very electric. And so we're giving them more support this year, me and Tegan, in addition to the back end team that I now have in place in my business that has more support than it's ever have. So I'm very excited to be offering this like extra nourishment because so much magic happens here. It just feels really good to give it as much anchoring and rooting as possible. So then we can just stretch, 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 stretch into the expansiveness of the magic that wants to come through. So without further ado, I am going to introduce to you the four 13th readers for 2026. You'll be meeting each of them. If you don't know them, I'm going to have their links in the show notes. Please follow them, begin tuning into them, determining like where's your resonance? Who would you like to be with if you're joining us in 2026? Because when you apply, you name which cohort you want to be in and like rank your choices because there's only so many seats per cohort. And some of that choice for you will depend on the time of day that 13th reader is holding space. And maybe that's the only time of day you can meet. And for some of you who may have more flexibility with time, you can choose based on the resonance you feel with the 13th reader. This year we have 13th readers all over the world. Only one of the 13th readers is living in North America. So we've got a lot of time zones represented, and I'm inviting in, as always, since the beginning, it's been a place with magicians from all over the world. Okay, so I'm going to be reading their bios from the Magician's Table course page, which I'm inviting you to go check out to learn everything about the Magician's Table and to really begin attuning to it to see if you want to give yourself this massively transformative and expansive and nourishing experience. All right. The first is Arizona Smith. She, her. Arizona is an artist and healer who works ceremonially with the tarot, talismanic artworks, and energetic healing. She's the author of the Purple Diamond Tarot and the Book of Love, an oracle deck for emotional healing, and draws on decades of experience exploring creativity, divination, and subtle energy work. Her practice is rooted in ritual, symbolism, and an attunement to unseen currents, guiding individuals to reconnect with their wild inner power and innate capacity to self-heal. Through one-on-one sessions, events, retreats, and teaching, she creates immersive spaces for exploration and transformation where insight, imagination, and embodied wisdom come together, offering clarity, resonance, and a renewed sense of possibility. So, oh my goodness, I'm inviting you to go check out ArizonaSmithHealing.com. We're going to have all the links to connect with Arizona here. And then stay tuned for a future Moon to Moon where I'll be chatting with Arizona so you can learn all about her. She'll be hosting 2 Wednesday cohorts, one at 9 a.m. Eastern and the other at 12 p.m. Eastern. Then we have Leanne Thorogood, she, her. Leanne is a multidimensionary esoteric practitioner weaving Celtic ancestral wisdom through astrology, energy healing, and tarot. Her work is devoted to remembering and reawakening the bone stories of her motherland, carried through the living lens of personal lore, including her reclamation of witch. Originally from Scotland, now living on unceded Wurundjeri land, her practice is held in deep reverence to its elders, past, present, and future. You can find Leanne on Instagram at of the Earth Esoteric and over on Substack with her publication The Void. Leanne is hosting a Wednesday cohort at 9 p.m. Eastern. Lily Hussey, she, her. Lily Hussey is a multidisciplinary creatrix, astrologer, and witch. She weaves together astrology and planetary magic, ritual, adornment, glamour and chaos magic, deity work, and a dash of irreverence in her Good Hussey universe to support folks in navigating this wild human experience. As a lifelong student of esoteria, she's always studying something new to add to her grimoire. She believes we are all innately magical, and through her practice aims to help you remember, uncover, and reclaim that magic. Lily is hosting a Wednesday cohort at 6 p.m. Eastern. And finally, we have the return of supersensory Shahir, they, them. Shahir is coming back. It's the first time ever that a 13th reader is coming back to be 13th reader another time. Shahir was one of the 13th readers last year. Shahir is a love devotee mystic, a queer Muslim astrologer currently based in their motherland of Southeast Asia. Shahir was rapidly initiated into various spiritual modalities, tarot, astrology, and spirit communication, in the same shocking yet liberating year when they were planning to pivot their corporate career. They were publicly outed as a member of the LGBTQ community due to their participation in Women's Rights March, and they lost their beloved grandmother from the earthly realm. These origin stories contributed to their unapologetic public embrace and learning of Sufism and esotericism. From 2021, their diviner role as a tarot reader and astrologer accelerated as a means of love, passion, and survival in New York City while studying for a master's in human rights. They write on their Substack love as origin, love as destination, love as intermediacy, and have appeared on multiple astrology and spiritual podcasts with their beloved communities. As a Virgo midheaven ruled by Pisces Mercury, they are here to serve and support our connections with divinity within and without. Shahir is hosting one Thursday cohort at 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, y'all. You feeling that vibe? So we have these wonderful 13th readers this year. As I said, you'll be getting to meet each of them across podcasts on Moon to Moon in the next month. I'm inviting you to really attune to them, to feel into who you most resonate with and who you're going to grow with. Like, they're holding the space of your cohort for all of you who come together to go through this highly transformative experience. And then Tegan and I are holding the larger body of the magician's table, supporting the wholeness of the frequency, which you'll be hearing so much about in the next episode, where Tegan's going to be coming on and we're going to talk about TMT, as we call it. We're going to be talking about the 13th readers and choosing 13th readers and what it was like for her to be a 13th reader and now in this role. And I'm so excited to share her voice with you. She will be very involved with the 13th readers, but also the magicians this year. And so we'll be talking about all of that. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? So we're going to do an early bird this year. It's going to kick off. The doors are going to open on Sunday, February 22nd. We've chosen an astrological election for this that we're all excited about. So early bird will open, and then there'll be, I guess it's about a week and a half of early bird. So the cohorts will fill first come, first serve as people claim the cohort they want. And this year, we're going to be doing something called Pick Your Tuition, where I'm going to be offering a bunch of different tuition options. And it's going to be first come, first serve because there's a limited number of seats per price point. And so I want you to come in and pick the exchange that's the most stretchy for you without collapsing you. It's going to be the most expansive choice that you can do and still feel really good and rooted about it. And so these are going to be, it's going to be a limit how many people at each of these price tiers. And so I'm inviting you to spend time reflecting on this and come in and claim your tuition. That in itself is a kind of spell. Come in with your application on February 22nd with naming the cohort you want and the tuition exchange that you want. And what we are doing with the application is we're looking for resonance. There have been people that I've turned away in the past, mostly because they maybe hadn't really read the course page and it was just clear, or it was just clear that this wasn't the right time. This wasn't the right time for the person because it is an intensive. It requires your attendance, it requires your attention and intention and energy and capacity. And so the application is really just filtering for resonance so that when we come in, we've got a very clear, solid, anchored, grounded container in each cohort where each cohort is like there. They're really turning towards it. So I have a long promo window ahead because I'm allowing you to really feel into it, go through the ups and downs of I'm a yes, I'm a no, I'm a yes, I'm a no. Like go through it, the experience. You've got plenty of time right now to really just listen. This is like a home run experience for everyone who it's meant for. If you recognize yourself in the course page, it will be a home run for you. It's for who it's for, and it's not for who it's not for in a really clear way. So I'm going to let you know by checking it out for yourself. So the links are now live, inviting you to come learn about the Magician's Table. Oh, yeah, the theme. I'll be sharing much more about the theme in the weeks ahead, but the theme is something that came through for me in the fall for the Wheel of Fortune, which is go big for your magic, go big for our world. Go big for your magic, go big for our world. And, really calling in the individuals out there that are like, I'm just going to go big. I'm going big for my magic and for our world because these are deeply connected things. And I invited the 13th readers this year because of the commitment I see to that. Thank you. I'm so excited to get into this with you. Stay tuned. See you. I think the next episode is just coming out in 2 days. So I'll see you there. Cheers.